Greetings, welcome. I'm here to talk about fire today. And I'm inspired to talk about fire for two reasons. The first reason is I got a phone call from the woman who I bought the piece behind me, the fire angel. I got a call from her today, and she is just such a lovely spirit, really. She's a lovely soul. She is an artist. She is just this beautiful being that creates this amazing art. And I was just drawn to it. I was at an expo back in April. A friend of mine and I were there, and we were just in awe of her work. And so I went over there when I had a break from what I was doing. I was there to do a talk, and when I had a break, I went over there to look at her stuff, and she was showing me her things, and she just, you could just feel the love that she had for her work, and how every one of her pieces that she loved, and they were like something to her in her life. Like she has a relationship with each piece, I'm sure, as every artist does. Her name is Genoa Panther, and I'm going to give you her website. It's silkartcreations.net. So anyway, I had the conversation with her today, so it inspired me to do this. And a little bit of the story of how this came home with me is that she brought this piece to my attention and said, Teresa, this is the work that you're doing. You need to take her home. And like I said, if I haven't said, she's the fire angel. And then she read me a piece that she had written on another one of her pieces that is a poem from Rumi that goes with a fire angel. And I'm going to read it to you. Set the temple of my body on fire. Burn the thorns and make me a bower of roses. I just love that. And the power of this piece is that it is fire and it is the divine feminine. And the divine feminine is that aspect of ourselves. It's that intuitive, it's our emotional nature, male, female, doesn't matter. We all have this feminine energy, the divine feminine within us. So it's a really important piece in my life, and I wanted to share it with you. And she's always behind me. She's always hanging in this place in my house. I very often walk by and just admire it because it is so beautiful. And when she did come into my life, it did change a lot of things. It did shift a lot of things for me. And that's the power of intention. And when we open our door to something new, that something new can also come in. And it was interesting because after I'd gotten my hair colored to this rosy kind of gold color, I came home and I realized that I had embodied really the color which this fire angel was emanating. And I found that to be very, just very profound and just lovely. So the other thing I want to talk about with the fire is the collective themes that we're having right now of fire. And the first one is Chiron. And Chiron is the archetype of the wounded healer. And it has just moved into a fire sign. And you don't need to know what that really means in terms of, oh, it moved to a fire sign. What does that mean? Literally, but what it means in representative of is that fire with the wounded healer brings an energy of really fierceness. It's the fierceness of the warrior, and the warrior, not in terms of the warrior that's going to fight, but the warrior that's going to stand for itself and stand for others, for the greater good. And I love the word fierce because we can be fierce without being angry. We can be fierce without having rage, and we can be fierce without having hate. And I believe that this archetype of the wounded healer is here right now to teach us that and how to do that. Because many of us have had, all of us have had some wrongdoings in our life. Some have felt more compelling than others, but they're all relative to each of us. And with those wrongdoings comes pain, and sometimes always comes some form of anger, because that's what the pain is. And sometimes we express it in that way, and sometimes we just hold it in and bottle it up until we explode or till we implode. So this archetype of the wounded healer is here to help us heal that energy that we have inside of us when it comes to our wounding. And, we're seeing that out right now in our culture, in the nation, that there's a lot of people that are speaking out of the wrongdoings. And I feel that that's really powerful, not to victimize others in doing so, but really to free themselves. So that's one way that fire is coming up, and I can talk more about that, but I don't want to make this too long. And the other way fire is coming up is it's fire's in a sign of expansion right now. And that's going to be around for this whole year that we're going to be living in. And for many of us, it's going to look a lot like really creating and getting down to our passion and our purpose and the visions that we've had for that. And I'm not just using those words lightly when I say passion and purpose, because those are really powerful words right now in the collective themes that are going on. And I want to just describe a little bit about what fire is, because fire, as we know, fire's hot, fire burns, it can go crazy, out of control. But fire is also inspiration, it's enthusiasm, it's excitement, it's expression, it is radiating energy. You know, it's the drive really to become. And it's that drive in potential that we feel inside of us. And that's something that I think that is always inside of us, but many times we shut it down and we just, keep it all neat and for fear of what other people what would think about us, whatever our story is. We'll go into, we're good at making up all kinds of stuff to not like really live our true honest self. So fire is a really important energy to pay attention to right now, and what it feels like for you in your body. Are you feeling your fire energy? Are you feeling that passion? Are you feeling that desire? Are you living that? Are you living that enthusiasm, that expression? I mean, that's right now, like I said, the collective theme. And I know that a lot of us out there are feeling it, because we are like, yeah, I'm showing up. I'm being seen, right? I want to travel. I want to go, because that's what this collective theme is propelling us to do. And it's really exciting. So what I want to say is that I've been saying a lot, but what I really want you to pay attention to is that when we have these collective themes, this is all part of the vibrational alignment that's happening for us as individuals. And so that's the thing with astrology. What astrology can do, and myself as an astrologer, is that I can help you align with the collective theme and how it relates to you personally, because you can capitalize on that. And it's not about controlling it. It's about going with what wants to happen, not just for you, but for everything that's going on in our universe right now. So consider what I said and shoot me an email if you're interested in having more of a conversation about this, because I'd love to. And this is, I really love doing the video, because I feel like I'm able to express myself without having to sit there always and write it all out and then go back over and edit it. And even though I edit it, I'm always managed to find something going on. So consider the fire. Consider the fire in your life. How is that fire showing up? How is it not showing up for you? Are you feeling the fierceness inside of you? Or are you feeling the anger that wants to turn into rage? Or do you want to just keep it in? Are you feeling the need to expand? You feeling the need to travel? And that, travel literally and traveling figuratively. Because what travel does is it opens us up, and it expands us. So just contemplate that. Think about, what does fire feel like in your body? And are you feeling it in your body? And how can you generate more? I can help you with that. All right. Namaste.